Welcome back to Bow News Network. We're actually working on a special update for the weekend, taking a look at some really extreme temperatures across the country, primarily in the drought-stricken areas of Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. We've seen temperatures in the upper 100s, 105, 110, 112 degrees. And in some cases, in some states, governors have actually declared a state of emergency. We do have upper level high pressure system near the Rockies, and we do see that based on all of our forecasting that and dew points that we anticipate that there will be additional thunderstorm activity along the border between New Mexico and Texas. Pretty much halfway, right between Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Oklahoma City, in that region along the Panhandle, some supercell activity coupled with increased dew point readings, as well as convective energy, will lead to supercell formation right along the Texas Panhandle for the next few hours. As we go into Sunday, we anticipate that there'll be more thunderstorm activity in the region of central Alabama going into Georgia, with scattered thunderstorms through the area south of Gainesville, Florida, and marked off by possibly around West Palm Beach north to Gainesville, Florida. Scattered thunderstorms in the region of central Florida and northward into the southeast states such as Georgia and South Carolina. So that is actually the weather report that we're working on right now. We are monitoring the drought situation in the region of the Southwest, simply because of the extremity of the drought situation there in the Southwest region for states, as we mentioned. New Mexico, it's gotten very, very grave for residents of Arizona, with escalating temperatures going into this week. And also, as we mentioned, one declaration of a state of emergency, drought emergency, has been issued for Utah. And so it's getting pretty severe as far as the drought situation in the Southwest. And we'll continue to monitor the weather. So coming up, we'll take a look at the different forecasting models, and you'll actually see the details as far as where to expect additional thunderstorm activity going into the weekend and the early part of next week. And you'll also be able to see what kind of temperatures you can expect in your neck of the woods going forward. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're working on this weather report for you, or about to the weather report. We can see here that there's a system right on the Texas panhandle between, it's actually producing some significant storm activity right at this moment, late midnight, midnight into 2 a.m. on Sunday, the 13th of June. We can actually see from our Doppler radar quite a few storms moving right smack between the area of Santa Fe, New Mexico, and the region close to Amarillo, Texas, just north of Lubbock. So we see a squall of intense thunderstorm activity. We do see that they're moving to the west-southwest at about 8 knots, with possible hail reported, half of an inch to an inch in size. So that's actually the type of weather that residents of Amarillo and also the region of Clarendon, Texas, and Spearman, Texas, are experiencing at this particular time. If we look at our precipitation model, we do anticipate that there'll be additional thunderstorm activity for the region of central Texas, along the border of New Mexico going into Oklahoma for Sunday. As we take a closer look at the weather for Sunday, we do see scattered thunderstorms in the region of Georgia as well as Alabama, extending all the way down to central Florida. And we do see that low pressure system in the region of Utah that's actually going to increase the chance of more scattered thunderstorms along the plain states, and also we can see some precipitation moving into the region of the lower Tennessee Valley as well as Ohio Valley. States such as Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio can expect scattered thunderstorms going into Sunday and Monday. If we take a look at our radar for the region, we can see that there is quite a bit of activity right along the border of New Mexico. High winds are being experienced by cities such as Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and also Santa Rosa in New Mexico. And then we see those storms extending all the way over to Amarillo in the region of Texas, northern Texas Panhandle. These thunderstorms are actually showing up on our radar halfway between Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Oklahoma City, in the near the northern panhandle of the Texas Panhandle. Looking at some of the temperatures going into Sunday and Monday, it looks pretty extreme, ladies and gentlemen, and we are dealing with severe, probably an environmental crisis in the region of Utah and other states in the southwest. Late natural reservoirs such as Lake Mead are now at about 37% capacity, and it's raising quite many severe alerts as far as the availability of water for farmers as well as residents in the region of Salt Lake City, which has seen a tremendous boom in the last decade as far as population. So not only are we seeing lack of water supply in the region of most cities in Utah, but we are also seeing a population boom as a result of course, exodus of former residents of the state of California. But with that said, we do see that tremendous temperatures are along the border of New Mexico as well as Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, 112. Central California are in the 100s, 108 for Southern California. We do see anticipated temperature of 110 for Yuma, Arizona, along the border of New Mexico as well as Texas. We see temperatures 102, Central Texas, 97 degrees. Even in the region of the Florida Panhandle, near Mexico Beach, we see temperatures in the range of 100. Atlanta, 90. So we do see some really scalding temperatures anticipated going into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for the southeast as well as the southwest. Most severity is in the southwest due to the extreme drought conditions. And as we mentioned in previous forecasts, we do see that state officials in the region of New Mexico are now urging their farmers to cut back on the acreage that's actually being farmed for this season as a response to the reduction of water allotment that will be significantly reduced for 2021 in a response to the lower capacity of many of the reservoirs and natural water resources in the region of New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, as well as Arizona, even Nevada and California. And with that said, we do anticipate increased wildfire risks for many of these states as we go into and start the summer season. So we are tracking tropical disturbance or the predicated conditions of possible tropical depression near the Yucatan Peninsula. We're going to be monitoring that a little bit more carefully going into the week, but that is definitely on the radar as far as a possibility for extreme weather going into the week. And as you can see, those sea surface temperatures are now scraping 83 degrees for the Gulf of Mexico. And of course, we're always monitoring the temperature of the Gulf of Mexico because it does have an impact on the severity of the storms that may eventually become tropical storms, may become eventually hurricanes as they approach the United States coast. With that said, let's take a look at some of the advisories for from the Storm Prediction Center. We can clearly see that slight risk for Amarillo, Texas, Clovis, New Mexico, Plainview, Texas, Hereford, Texas, and Duma, Texas region from the Storm Prediction Center, right along the border of New Mexico and Texas, in the region of Lubbock, as well as Clovis. We do see enhanced region for possible severe thunderstorms in that region going into Sunday. Right now, as we mentioned, we can see from our Doppler radar, these are some of the storm activity in the region of Amarillo in Texas at this moment, and in the early morning hours of Sunday, June 13th. And we can see also that there's going to be additional threat of storms for the region of central Alabama, southern Georgia, as well as the Florida Panhandle, along with Illinois, as well as Indiana and the Ohio Valley area. Should anticipate additional thunderstorm activity going into Sunday and possibly Monday. We do have a marginal threat for Indianapolis, Indiana, Lubbock, Texas, Montgomery, Alabama, Tallahassee, Florida, and Evansville, Indiana. This is coming directly from NOAA at the Storm Prediction Center. So they're continuing to monitor the situation across the continental United States. And of course, they are monitoring the drought situation, extreme drought situation for the regions of states such as New Mexico, parts of Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and California. Extreme dry conditions with many of the reservoirs now reporting 30 to 40% capacity, very, very lowest level ever recorded for many of these reservoirs, at least in the last 20 years. And it's raising a lot of alarm bells as far as the possibility of restriction to crops and so forth, going forward into the summertime. And it's actually gotten to the point where many of these farmers are now being instructed by state officials to significantly reduce the amount of acreage that they're going to be farming this year, as the capacity to provide the necessary water and irrigation has been reduced significantly. In some cases, many of these farmers will only be receiving 20 to 30% of their allotment from the state for their crops. So we are in an extreme crisis when it comes to the drought situation, because this is a direct impact on our agriculture. And if there's a direct impact on our agriculture, then it's going to impact the food supply and possibly increase the availability as well as the prices and to our American citizens and American residents. So we are very, very concerned about the drought situation in the Southwest, and we are also monitoring the region of the Southeast as far as additional thunderstorms in that region and severe weather. Looking into the week, we can actually see that we have some storm activity in northern New Mexico as well as Colorado. And of course, we are monitoring the storms that are moving through the region of the Texas Panhandle, possibly into western Oklahoma at this time. With the respect to the temperatures, we have to appeal to all of our subscribers. Be careful with the heat index as well as and looking out for neighbors and family as we prepare to start for the summer season. These temperatures are extremely dangerous, especially for the elderly. So we do ask that look out for each other when it comes to the severity of the hot temperatures across the continental United States, especially with respect to drought-stricken states such as New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, as well as California. And of course, all of our elderly residents do need to be a little bit more aware of escalating temperatures in Texas and the southeast states, especially along the Gulf Coast, as we go prepare to start for the summer season. So that is actually our weather update for Saturday, and we're taking a look at what to expect for Sunday and Monday. Going into Sunday, based on the Storm Prediction Center, we do anticipate that there'll be more increased shower activity, mostly for the northeast as well as the southeast, southeast states such as Alabama, Georgia. Going into Sunday and Monday with scattered thunderstorms across the northeast states, such in the regions of Pennsylvania, the Carolinas, and we are also going to be monitoring the temperatures coming out of the Weather Center for the drought-stricken states, as mentioned. So, as always, we want to thank all of our Bow News Network subscribers to tuning in to our Bow to the Weather reports, and stay tuned for more updates as far as the weather. And as always, always remember to bow to the weather, and thank you for watching Bow News Network.